What we thought was interesting here was this final stat that half of consumers know which types of products and services use AI. As we've seen before, people think they have a pretty strong view of when they're interacting with AI tools, but we can see here that half pretty much are not clued up or don't have the knowledge to be aware of when that interaction is happening potentially. So we wanted to dig into that a little bit further. So we asked, which type of AI tools, if any, do you use nowadays on a regular basis? Just a completely an open text question. So it was whatever came completely unprompted. So whatever came to consumers' minds. And we can see quite interestingly here, I think as Royce mentioned earlier, we do have OpenAI and ChatGPT coming through quite strongly. Almost 30% of consumers, which I actually thought was quite high, using this, or at least used this quite recently. And obviously, we have that link between AI and ChatGPT quite clearly in our minds through news and media and everything else at the moment. Some consumers did recognize things like voice assistants. So your Alexas, your Google Assistants, your Siris, they recognize these obviously have some interaction with AI and are utilizing AI. Along with chatbots, when you're trying to find out where your ASOS package has gone or something like that, you tend to use these chatbots to try and find out what's happening. And 16% of consumers did recognize this is when they're interacting with AI tools as well. But what's interesting here is that we found that 14% of consumers were under the impression they were using no AI tool at any point or any point in the time, especially not regularly. And what happened was we then asked, okay, do you use any of the services or products you can see on the left here? So anything from social media to email to Face ID, translation apps, search engines, banking apps. And we found 100% of consumers use at least one of these on a regular basis. And all of these, in fact, utilize AI in some way. So actually 100% of consumers are interacting with AI tools and services on a regular basis, with 13% thinking they were having no interaction at all and some very little. This is where we start to uncover that say-do gap we mentioned at the start. People are, pretty aware of AI, but they're not totally aware of when they're actually interacting with it and what form it actually takes and when they tend to interact with it on a regular basis.